everybody. I wanted to bring you the lather test video. So this is part 1 of 2 parts where I show you the first 4 soaps, and I hope you enjoy it. And let me know if you do. Let me know which ones you like and why you liked them and what you think. Hello, it's the Soap Peasant here, and I'm going to be doing a lather test of each of the soaps that I've made in videos. And so I'm going to go in order and let you see how they perform and what kind of lather they give and how quickly they lather and what it feels like afterwards, and try to give you a little bit of a sense of their performance. Anyway, let's get the water going, and we'll start with the first video, which was Super Foodie Hot Process. And so we'll start with that. Get the water going here. I'll go ahead and remind you what it looked like. This is the larger bar. This one's just huge. I mean, I can't use a bar this big. It's way too big for me, way too big. I just can't manage it. And so I cut them in half for people that would rather have half-size bars, and obviously I haven't shrunk these yet. They're just wrapped tight. I'm going to be testing the hand-size bar today. So, let me see. Alright, I'm going to see if I can get this unwrapped here. Okay. Anyway. Okay, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to wet the soap and start lathering. I'm not going to do a whole lot of fancy business to it or any kind of extra magic, just how it comes out of the package. Just like if I would normally wash my hands. So. And I'll just set it down here. The sink is going to get pretty goofed up, but that's what testing sinks are for, so it's alright. But as you can see, it lathers up pretty quickly, and it's a real smooth lather. It's a smooth lather. Yeah. It's a smooth lather, and it has bubbles, but it's very soft and lotiony. But obviously, if you add, a little more water, you get more bubbles and things like that. So, and it's not beet colored, which we use so much different kind of food things in it, powders and beet juice and beetroot powder and just all kinds of stuff. And you can see the lather is not discolored. Neither does it discolor your skin. So, that is the first soap, Super Foodie Hot Process, and works pretty great. The second soap in the video series was a nectarine and berries melt and pour, and I was disappointed because I had used a clear base and I had used a white base also, and I wanted to swirl it. If you recall, I wanted a good swirl, and instead I poured too hot, I concluded, and I ended up with a mixture. But I can tell you that the nectarine smell comes clean through the plastic. Glycerin soaps just hold scents, whether it be essential oils or fragrance oils, they just hold scents so well. And so I could smell this soap even amongst the tray of all the other ones, most of them wrapped. And so anyway, it was really strong and smelled very good. And I should say about the Super Foodie soap, it has a light, I don't want to say fruity smell, because it really is not a fruity smell. The super fruity smells like a mango tea. That's what it smells like, a mango tea. It's very light, but it's there. Okay, now this is not light. This doesn't punch you in the nose, but man, it smells good. It just smells really good. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do the same thing. Just get it wet. Give it a couple of whirls around in my hand. Let's see what it's got. This one is a more shaving cream, lathery type. It's different than the other one. It's not as lotiony. It's more marshmallow cream-like, I would say. As you can see, it's more kind of marshmallow cream looking. And it just smells really good. The lather is Snow White. Let's see if we have a little bit of water, what kind of bubble action we get. Not a million big bubbles or anything, but lots of lather. I didn't bring the barber's brush, but I am guessing that you could use this for a shaving soap if you wanted to. That would be mighty nice. And glycerin attracts moisture, so your hands don't feel dried out afterwards, and you don't super fat or anything with a glycerin soap. And so, or at least I don't. It's kind of how it comes to you, and so you make the magic with the colors, with the fragrance oils, with the patterns, with the swirls that you are able to make, different designs. That's glycerin soap performs very similarly, although I will say that goat's milk with shea is one of my very, very favorites, and I use that an awful lot. Okay, the next soap in the series of videos that we did was a charcoal and witch hazel hot process soap. And so now we'll test the charcoal and witch hazel and see how that does. So dry bar, dry hands, just give it a little back and forth, and hopefully it stays there. Okay, I'm getting, just after a few little swishes back and forth, I'm getting lather and bubbles, and it's pretty nice. And it smells like witch hazel. It has barbershop fragrance oil in it, but it smells very much like a light witch hazel. And I like that. I like that scent. So that was not worrisome to me. And as you can see, don't be afraid of charcoal soaps, because they do not leave, this just, ghastly looking lather. You're not going to be using more than 1 teaspoon per pound, most likely. And also, the benefits of it are worth having gray lather if you get it. But this is pretty nice. That lathered up pretty quickly, so you don't have to really work at it and scrub with it. I'm not having to encourage it along. And I like that about the hot process, is that the bars do last. I let them evaporate, if you will. I let them sit. They don't need to cure, so to speak, like a cold process soap would. They don't need any time to sit for that reason. You can use them right away, and oftentimes I do. Our next soap in the series was a sea glass melt and pour soap. And this was really one of my favorites. I hope the camera can pick it up. I just loved this. I loved making it. I loved the way it came out. the scent, everything about it was just so terrific, and I was so pleased with it, which is kind of a rarity because I do pick my moments to have screw-ups, but nevertheless you can see that it's very translucent, and I just thought it came out so great, and it smells so nice. It has the sea glass fragrance oil in it from Wholesale Supplies Plus, and it's got blue and green and yellow and silver and black, and oh, I just love this soap. I hated to unwrap one, to be honest with you, but I wanted you to see how it came out. If you're going to watch to see how it's made, you might as well know what it turns out like. And I did bevel the edges on these guys, although a lot of times I don't. I don't plane, I don't bevel. If there's an obvious, glop of something that makes it look unattractive, I will trim that. I will do a minimal amount of trimming with the soaps, and that's only because they're handmade, and I don't want them to look like they came out of a machine even when they turn out. And so that's why. Alright, so dry soap, dry hands, sea glass. Oh man, I like this already. Oh, it's so beautiful, pretty. So pretty. Oh man, look at that. That is so pretty. That's even prettier wet, isn't it? Oh man, I like that. I like that so much. Okay, now it's pretty slippery. It might not want to stay where I want it to. Let me try this side. I have to press it down. No, he's going to try to run away. Stay. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we had a couple of... Whoa, there he goes. We had a couple of turns with him. This lathers quickly and nicely, very much like the other one. It just smells absolutely heavenly. Just so great. And lots of lather too. Lots and lots of lather. And this does not have the goat's milk and shea or the cocoa butter. This is clear. Propylene glycol free, I believe. Have to double check that. Maybe watch the sea glass video. I'm not sure. But nevertheless, sorry, had to put that back on the tray because it was not going to stay here. This is really nice. This one just, you just barely touch it and it's just bubbles everywhere. Oh, I love it. So very nice. Okay. I'm going to take a quick little break, change out my hand drying towels, and I'll be right back.